Hey everybody, it's Jenny at Kimberbell and I am so excited to stitch the Freedom Rings applique of the month. It's the May design and I just finished doing the one side. It's hot off the press and I had so much fun doing it. So we're gonna do the other side now. So I've already hooped my cutaway and I did my crosshairs and I've centered the blank on the cutaway. So I am ready to start stitching, so come along with me. Oh, I need to load the file. Probably a good idea. Well, we're not going to get very far. All right, the first thing we're going to do is stitch that basting box, which helps to stabilize the design so there is no puckering. So let's do the basting box. Okay, I've already prepped my fabric pieces, so I've cut them and put fusible backing on the back. And the first thing we're going to do is the stripes 1 placement line. And this is a cool technique because we're going to put the entire piece of fabric down instead of strips of white. The entire piece of fabric down, and then the entire piece of red fabric down, and you'll see how it all comes together. It's super easy and fun. I'm going to put this on our placement line. I was just joking with Holly that it looks like an upside down Utah, which is appropriate since we're here in Utah. Secure it with some Kimberbell paper tape. We're going to tack that down. Okay, let's go cut our applique piece. Trim it up. We're going to trim close to the tack down line. Okay, you'll notice that the bottom line looks a little bit wavy, and that's perfect because this is a waving flag. We're letting freedom ring, and it is waving in the breeze. So don't think that it's crooked if you see a wavy line. It's just right. Okay, now we are on step number 4, and as you can see, step number 4, we're going to put the red piece of fabric down. Now we're going to cover up the whole white piece. We're just going to cover that whole baby up right there. So we've got that all covered. We're going to keep our white thread on for now, put our presser foot down, and start doing that tack down line. I love that our digitizers think of everything, because can you imagine how long that would take if we had to applique every single little strip? That would take a long time, friends. So this way, all we have to do is cut it out and let the white through, and it will shine in all its patriotic glory. I should say patriotic old glory, because this is the flag after all. So we're going to just trim this up, cutting close to the stitch line. We've got our first white stripe. I'm just making sure I'm not cutting through that bottom fabric, because that would be tragic, huh? Starting to really start looking like a flag. Now it should be noted that this is of course not the actual American flag, but it's our artistic representation of it. For one thing, we'd never be able to get 50 stars, decorative stars, very easily on that patch of blue. So this is our nod to the American flag. Okay everybody, we're now on step 6, and that is the placement line for our blue. So let's go ahead. Now we're going to keep it with white thread for now still, and let's get that placement line going. We've got this beautiful blue we're going to put down behind our field of stars. We'll place our blue fabric. We're going to stitch the tack down line and then trim it as per usual. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now we're going to do our stars, and as I mentioned, there are not 50 stars, but the stars we have are super cute and give the general idea of the American flag. So let's get stitching those stars. Look at how cute these stars are. They're looking so good against that blue fabric. And we're going to leave that white thread on still, and we're going to start doing our white satin stitches at the bottom of every red stripe. So this is going to look really nice and clean. We just finished the white satin stitches, and we're going to now do our very first thread change, and we're going to do the red satin stitches. Okay, we are going to switch from our red to our blue, and do the satin outline around the blue field of stars. We're done with our flag. Now we are going to add a little decor to our flag. We're going to add some flora and fauna. So we are now going to change our thread to this really super yummy bubblegum color because we're going to do some really cute, sweet little pink flowers. So we're going to start with the placement lines here so we can know where to put our applique felt. Okay, now we're going to place our cute pink felt over our flower placement line. And we will tack those down. Okay, let's go trim our flowers. Now these are raw edge appliques, so we're going to be a little bit careful where we trim, or how we trim I should say, so that it looks like a pretty edge. You know what? All these pink florals, I don't know if you've made Star Spangled Beauty, our ladder quilt, but it also has a lot of pinks in it in patriotic colors, and this would coordinate so well with Star Spangled Beauty. So if you've made Star Spangled Beauty, you might want to consider making this to match. And if you've made this, you might want to make Star Spangled Beauty. So, just a little tip. Say what you will about applique, it's very easy and fun, but there is a little cleanup. I decided to put my spool on the table instead of on the spool pin because it creates a nice flow of the thread without any kind of snagging. So that's a tip they do here in product development. We are going to stitch out the placement lines for these really plushy micro velvet flowers that we've got going on. So let's do those placement lines. These are one at a time. So we're going to put this really soft, really luxurious micro velvet on this cute little tulip looking flower here and tack it down. We're going to do the next flower placement line. Okay, now we've got two darling flowers here. We'll put the micro velvet on top and we'll tack those pretty little buds down. Now micro velvet is really fun and it's really soft and it's wonderful in every way, but it does shed a little. Again with the raw edge. So we'll be careful how we trim. Oh, say can you see any fuzzies on me? That's okay, we'll use a lint roller. It'll be as cute as can be. Okay, now, as you can see, I made a little bit of a micro velvet mess. So we're going to grab the lint roller and just like magic, clean up all the little fuzzies. Here's a little hack too. If you don't have a lint roller, you can use Kimberbell paper tape and just, or any tape really, just to get your little fuzzies off. All right, on to the next step. Let's go to our instructions. We are on step number 19. We're going to do this other blue felt flower. So here's the placement line. Here's our felt. This is the only color. This is the only flower of its color right here. This is a lone blue flower. It's really pretty. Again, this would look so good with Star Spangled Beauty. Okay, let's tack that down. Now we're going to do our sentiment, our words, let freedom ring. All right, we just let freedom ring. freedom ring, I guess. And all we have left are the flower centers, and then we are done. So let's see what colors we're switching to. We're gonna do this blue color. Okay, we are done. Okay, and pick our basting box. Okay, we are done. Look at that. What do you think, you guys? Isn't that just so pretty and patriotic? And you can use it for Memorial Day, you can use it for the 4th of July, you can use it for Veterans Day, or just anytime you want to celebrate America. So again, this is Applique of the Month. This is the May Design Let Freedom Ring, and you can subscribe on Kimberbell.com. And we also have a few doorstep subscriptions available. So if you want to get the light blue table runner and all the fabrics I used today, be sure to subscribe to the doorstep. And if not, the digital one is also very, very fun. So thank you for stitching this with me today, you guys, and have a wonderful day, and let freedom ring.